You're watching Moby Mike Pumpkins on YouTube. All right, we got stakes in the ground so you guys know when I'm filming what's what. So we got Charlie's Angel over here, and then you can see I got the temperature probe. It's 84 in the ground and 70 in the air. So it's getting about time to close these hoops out. I kind of let all the heat out, but the ground is nice and warm here. I might be pretty close to the cable with that probe, but so we got Charlie's Angel, and then let me take you over to mine. I'll show you what I named that. And then yes, we have Mike's Demon. That's the devil horns on that smiley face. So there we go. We got Mike's Demon, Charlie's Angel, ready to rock in the no-till patch. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, looky there. Got a grow light. Probably a little far away, but you know, I want it to grow towards that and lay down. So we're just gonna leave her there. Gonna run it an hour and a half around sunrise and an hour and a half around sunset. All right, now I got the heater in there, grow light. My 2520 is set. Now Charlie's will get a heater in tonight. I don't have enough adapters to get a grow light in his. I do have one for his, so we'll get that one in there tomorrow, but we'll get the heater on there tonight, and this thing can rock out tonight, baby. All right, I got the pressure washer out. I got the water tank set up from you've seen before. We gotta clean these tanks out. You can see in there, there's just a lot of dried algae and stuff, so we'll try and pressure wash them and get them pretty cleaned out so they don't clog up our sprinklers. All right, so I got a truckload of compost, and I got 4 piles. There's one behind me, and we'll use that for burying vines. I went and picked up some sand, and we'll mix some sand in there just to stretch it out. Sandbox sand, for sandbox purposes only. Keep sand wet. Other uses may cause health hazards. So if you steal this for pumpkins, you're probably gonna die. I figured it's about 1 yard per plant. So I got a yard of compost, I got about a 1/4 yard of sand. So that'll be a good full yard, and then we'll do the same on the front end of the patch, putting a pile in every corner. So anyway, we're doing the back here because that's where we'll use it first, and then we'll do the front probably in 2 weeks. I just wanted to make sure I had something going here. So this compost wasn't as broke down as some of the stuff I got before, but it was composting as we speak. It was so hot when he loaded it, I couldn't even hardly touch it. So even though there was some stray leaves here and there in it, it'll break down here pretty quick. I won't be needing much, you know, for the next couple weeks, so it can break down here for a couple weeks, and then I'll grab some more from him, and we'll just mix some sand in there, and that'll just help it go a little ways. And then in case the compost holds a little too much moisture, that sand will help it drain a little bit. When we bury vines with that, we're basically just spreading compost throughout the patch for the years to come. Okay, so I had to cut a leaf off of Charlie's plant so it could lay down. So I'm doing my sap pH, so using a garlic press here and this pH meter here, and 6.4, you can see there's a little smiley face if it'll focus on there. Yep, so 6.4 is the perfect plant sap pH. That means it doesn't have excess of anything or missing something, so that's good. We'll just keep feeding it the way it is, so we'll keep on checking that throughout the year. Went to Midwest BioEgg today. Got some 0050, some K-Mag, and then some of this micro pack, which is great because this one is the old one and it's still got copper in there. So you can see there's some micronutrients on there. Their new one doesn't have copper. I know copper is expensive, and maybe they feel it's not necessary for some crops. So luckily I got some old stuff that still got some copper. Otherwise I was gonna have to amend copper separate, but I actually got enough stuff. This is enough 0050 K-Mag and micronutrients for 2 years. Now it's about $300, so about 150 bucks this year for 2 plants, but I'm amending a big enough area for over 3 plants. 75 a piece, plus then I got some feather meal and some chicken manure out there and some gypsum. That's cheap. I actually got another bag of gypsum at Menards I threw on there. That's like $8 a bag. So all in all, I'm probably with the other stuff, probably like 120 bucks a pumpkin and fertilizer, which ain't too bad, I don't think. So anyway, I'm gonna spread some of this and get that done. So it's super important when I spread these micronutrients. They normally recommend like 16 pounds per acre. We're like 1/10 of an acre, so we're really pushing it hard. So we got to be very careful that we spread them evenly and that we don't get too much in a spot. So like I got my spreader set really light there. I got that knob cranked down because sometimes it comes loose. That way we don't get too much out there, and I might have to go back and forth a whole bunch of different times on the patch. Like normally I would just set it so I just go over everything once. This I'll set it where I'm going over everything like 4 times just so I can get good even distribution, because otherwise micronutrients can be toxic if they're too high. And like I said, I'm kind of pushing them, so we just got to be careful when we're spreading them here. So we'll do. Okay, back to the pumpkin system. So we got a lot of the algae rinsed out with the pressure washer and hose. Look at that, just piles of it. Got it as good as we can. So we got 1 trolling motor in. I got another trolling motor. That's gonna go in the K tank. And then if you can see, I got the valve shut off there. So these 2 tanks are going to be for the 2501. These 2 tanks are going to be for my 2520. So each system is completely independent of each other. In the past, I didn't do that. I mixed everything in the one tank and then drew out of there. But I've always had plants where it looked like, one could use more nitrogen, or one could use this or that, and they just got what the other one got. So anyway, I just kind of staging stuff here. I got to get pumps hooked up. Everything's different because I moved everything. So we're going to spin this outlet back this way. I'm going to spin this outlet like 180. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like kind of a board up here. I got my headers here. We're going to get our headers here, and then 3/4 inch lines over there. I ran the numbers, and if you take a 1-inch line at the flow rate I'm going to run, and you run it, say, over to the patch, and then go 3/4 inch lines. Long story short, I ran the numbers. At the flow rate I need, 3 3/4 inch lines flow more than 1 1-inch line. So essentially, our headers are just going to be right off the pump here, the 1-inch, and then we're going to run the 3/4 over. So I'm gonna have to make some kind of like little bridge here so I can mow over or something like that. So anyway, then in the future, so we got these here, and then this is the other patch. So it's all right here. So I eliminated like 150 feet of 1-inch line that was dropping my pressure like 4 to 5 psi. So now that's not going to happen, and we're just going to permanently mount the stuff on the tanks, or at least we'll make it so it just hangs on there and we can take it off and drain it, throw it in a shed maybe, you know, so snow doesn't bust anything up, and we'll remove the pumps and stuff too. But we'll get them all orientated, and so it'll be some new plumbing on there. So should be pretty cool. I kind of tried to spot check these up a little bit with the paint, but these ones I never pulled out when I painted, so they're not as good. They still get algae in there, which with the tripod sprinklers is fine. It pushes through there as long as we got all the big chunks out of there, so we're good to go that way. So yeah, some more plumbing on that. I should be working more on this than the hydroponic thing, but I don't know, the hydroponic thing seemed more fun, so I worked on that a little more today. So I'm not probably showing you that in this video. I'm gonna save some of that stuff up so you can see all the hydroponic stuff together as one, so you don't have to piecemeal through the pumpkin videos if you want to just like kind of see what I've been doing with the hydroponic stuff. So watch videos for that. So there you go. Jim was over today and he brought me his CO2 meter, and I got it sitting there, and it's about 410 right now, which is about normal ambient thing. And what he was trying to do was, you know, guys will take these mushroom compost bags, and you can put them in grow rooms and stuff like that, and the CO2 will go up, and some guys had done that and had some success. And so Jim thought, why not just, you know, he put like some compost or whatever and some biology in there and got it going in his hoop house, and he saw the numbers really go up. And so I'm not closed up right now, but I got a pile of compost there and there, and I kind of, it was rolling really good when I got it from the guy. Then I mixed it up with sand and it got rained on, and I don't know if I kind of stopped it. But so anyway, I think a little bit later, once the sun goes down, I'm gonna close this hoop up and the other hoop up, and then we'll see if we can raise the CO2 in this one with that, and which will be beneficial with me because I have the grow light. If I can produce a little more CO2 while they're closed up at night and the grow light's on, that should help. But yeah, Jim had some success with that. I don't know. You can look on his post. He's got a little page, I think, you know, with his Jim's pumpkin ponderings or something. But see exactly what he did. Maybe he used some SP1 to get some biology going. But yeah, it's a good idea. It's like I said, it's not a new idea, but haven't heard of too many people just throwing some compost in their hoops, which a lot of us easily could do, and might be giving us some benefits. So yeah, we're gonna play around with that here a little bit later today. May 12th, we got the 2520 looking good. I got a big mound. You can't really see, it doesn't look so big, but I got a mound of compost behind there. This is kind of thick there. It's wanting to lay down, bending. I might have kept the mounder up, but gave her a haircut there. We cut some of them first leaves off, some cotyledons and the first couple secondaries there. So first secondary will be there. Otherwise there would have been one there and there. Those are gone. And then the cots, they try and grow some sometimes, but didn't really have too much there. So looking good on that. I'm gonna throw the CO2 meter in this one tonight because I got a little more compost in there with making that thing. So both of these are at like 700 parts per million this morning. There really wasn't any difference. This one was like 20 more, and I'd put like 2 scoops of compost in there. I wouldn't say that was significantly different. So then I kind of did the same with this one. I did a little trimming on that. That's a little more laid down. That one's still kind of goofy with the leaf there. Wanting a duck under there. I'm gonna try and not trim that leaf off. I might kind of dig it in. I might end up cutting it off, but what I don't like doing is cutting a big leaf off like that really close to the tip, because what it'll do is it'll give the plant more pressure, and it'll pick up and reach more towards the sky. So I'm trying to leave it on there. I might just dig it down a little bit, but this one's pretty much laid down good. It's just kind of a little goofy with that. So they're running like 430 parts per million here, but about another hour here, I'll close these up and should be good. So looking good. I'd say real similar size to years past. Everyone's going with the bigger plants this year, you know. That's cool. It should work out for some people, I think. So Reason I don't do it is mainly because I'm lazy. Because I got this size hoop here, and just the way it times out on when this plant grows this hoop out, it's all the bigger I could do. So otherwise I have to go with a bigger hoop and stuff. I might do that in the future here. So we'll see. Like I said, a lot of guys running bigger plants this year, bigger hoop houses. So we'll see how much that helps improve their personal best. If I don't see too much difference, then I'm not going to worry about it. If I do, I think I might build one this summer anyway. I might build it on wheels. Because I like to be able to, like, I can't, like anything bigger than this I couldn't do by myself. I like to be able to do stuff by myself, but I might put wheels on all four corners, and then I can make it more permanent where I can permanently have the grow light mounted and stuff like that. So I might work on that. We'll see. I'm rambling now, but that's how the plants look. There you go, May 12th. All right, so I put the extra compost in this one, and now it's about 1,500. It was 700 yesterday, so that definitely helped. So there you go.